Yo, welcome to Mura Audio XYZ. This is your host, Erica Lee Murray, coming at you with some real shit. To those of you who are listening to me for the first time, welcome. I speak based upon actual experiences and use those experiences as examples, be it surrounding entrepreneurship, fitness, lifestyle, etc. Please submit your questions via Instagram and or YouTube at Erica Lee Murray. Ask and you shall receive. I'm noticing that I'm kind of doing like a little singer bit, but nonetheless, let's get into the nitty gritty. So today I basically want to talk about the right time doesn't exist. It doesn't. That's why I didn't do my YouTube for like 7 or 8 years. It doesn't exist. Want to know why? Because it doesn't. I bet you guys are like basically like, oh, why, what is it? And like, it doesn't. It freaking doesn't. Like, whenever you actually wholeheartedly just start and stick with it, that was the right time, or this is the right time. Like, when it came to YouTube, I felt that I had to have a DSLR camera, and it had to have a flip-up screen so I could see myself, and I had to have the right editing software. I needed to have basically like the right lighting and the right clothes and the right body build, and I had to have the right freaking supplements for my fitness stuff, and I had to fucking shit. Like, do you know how long it would take to attain all of the supposed right things? And as soon as you start uploading content, it's like fucking crickets. You want to know why? Because no one knows who you are. You want to know why? Because you haven't been uploading anything leading up to the supposed right time. This is why. This is why people say consistency. The right time, today, right now, this very fucking moment. Do it. Drop whatever excuses that you're entertaining. Drop it. Just be done, and just go for it. Do it now. Want to know why? Because as you're doing it, you're learning what's working for you, what isn't working for you, what you probably may or may not need later down the road, but you need to work with what you have in that moment. Y'all probably think like I got like this fancy setup and all of these various nice things and blah, 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 blah. Do I have like the newest iPhone? No. Am I in a fucking studio? No. Do I have like the top of the line shit for editing software and mics and all this? No. I thought I did. Back when I thought that I was a $30,000 fucking millionaire, I invested in a few things, but I didn't have all these other various things that I felt that I needed to have, so it supposedly wasn't the right time. And even when I started using that product or the products that I was purchasing because, oh, this is what's going to make me have my mark on this world, excuse me, it didn't. Like, I was still having the same amount of likes, same amount of comments, if any comments, following here or there. Like, the following that I have now, it took me 4 years to grow that. I'm not like some girl that went viral overnight. I'm not. And with the stuff that I purchased and whatever, the place that I used to be living in, that didn't help grow any of that exponentially. Like, it didn't make me famous or anything along those lines. Like, isn't that what people are searching for? Isn't that like what people freaking want, is to be that it factor that everyone recognizes and everyone wants to be? Well, no, I'm not that, and that's not my aspirations in life. I don't want to be that girl. I don't need to be in Hollywood, rubbing elbows with the finest, eating shrimp. I don't eat shrimp. Eating steak. I don't eat steak. Like, what is the right time? One of my previous clients, I knew all in all what he wanted in our consultation, but I don't think he was thinking about the bigger picture, because he wanted to know how to grow his social media. And I think he was expecting like shortcuts, like these are the hashtags that you need, and this will grant you like 100 extra followers, and this is how you have to have your caption, and this is like, I think a lot of people, when they hear a social media consultant, they think that, oh, you are going to provide me all that I need to get that blue check mark and have 1.5 million followers on fucking Instagram. No, I'm teaching you how to brand yourself. Let that sink in. I'm teaching you how to brand yourself to the market, and then I let you have at it to upkeep it, because you are your own brand and you are putting yourself out into the market as someone who is providing a service, be it influential, motivational, if you are selling a product of some sort, if you're a music artist, all of these various things, you're branding yourself. I'm not the one upkeeping your shit, you're the one upkeeping your shit. You're the one that has to do the posts. How does that work for your lifestyle? A lot of people say you need to be doing 3 to 4 posts every single day so that people know who you are. Okay, well, what does that look like? Are you putting out good quality content? And when I say good quality content, what is good quality content that you are able to provide in the lifestyle that you have currently? That does not mean that you have a vlog where people are following you around, taking your photos, recording you, you have an editor, and you have a music producer that is cultivating the music for you to play into the background of your vlogs. Those people started somewhere. They probably started off of their cell phones, and they didn't have an editing crew. They had to do it themselves, but they kept persevering and busting out content. They were consistent with what works with their lifestyle. You notice how I'm dropping like these social media consulting jewels? Like, I'm providing you free content right now, so I hope that you're taking notes right now. I'm just saying no. When it comes to consistency, what does consistency look like for your lifestyle with the tools that you currently have? When it comes to great quality content, what does that look like for your current lifestyle with what the freaking tools that you have? What does that look like? I have a DSLR, and when I was doing those YouTube videos, I think I did like 3 or 4 before like my shit on my laptop was infuriating me, and so I did a pause button when it came to content like that, but I still was able to create. So boop, here's my fucking podcast. You still get content from me, but I'm not using my DSLR camera. It didn't work for my lifestyle of me being on the go. The DSLR camera is heavy as fuck, and because my DSLR camera doesn't have a flip out screen, I can't ensure that I'm in focus. When it comes to lighting, if I wanted the best lighting, it would be natural light, so I only have a small window of time to have that natural light unless I have like lighting. And it just so happens that I do, because I was a $30,000 fucking millionaire thinking I had shit fucking rolling, and I purchased that equipment thinking, yeah, this will be that it factor, and then I'll have the right time to produce content. Yeah, but like, if you knew about my situation right now, which if you have tuned into my previous vlogs and previous podcasts, you kind of get an idea of where I'm coming from currently with my living situation and my lifestyle, but I'm still producing content. Want to know why? Because I'm working with what I currently have. I'm currently right now recording this podcast with my phone, an app, a free app. Oh no, that's a lie. I paid 99 cents for the app. With the app, I have a Gorilla Pod, and I have my little whatever, this little tiny mic. I think it's like $7.99 on Amazon. I have this tiny little mic clipped on to my Gorilla tripod thingy that wraps around whatever I want it to wrap around. And I'm talking. And I have my laptop in front of me because Like I have like all of these various ideas that I may want to go over, but that's it. And I have had the pleasure of recording a podcast where I had the headsets and a dope ass mic, and like the setup was real. Like it had this thing, I don't know what it's freaking called, but you could like adjust the bass and the volume and all these other things. I don't have that. I'm not in a position to enjoy that type of luxury. So why do I have to wait to have that luxury to produce my content now? Because ultimately, everyone has to start somewhere. So you're telling me once you have all that stuff, that everyone's going to fall in love with you based upon the very first thing that you took a picture of, or recorded, or whatever? No. You need to develop and grow your following. If you do not post on social media or on the internet, you don't exist. Erica, you don't even post every day, blah, 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 blah. Are you sure? Just because I'm not posting on Instagram every day doesn't mean I haven't posted anywhere else. Another mental jewel. I'm not microcheat or anything when it comes to mental jewels, but I think that's like a little nugget, like legitimately. If I'm not posting on Instagram, did I post on Snapchat? Did I post on Twitter? Bet y'all didn't even know I had a fucking Twitter now, did you? Did I post on YouTube? Where am I? Are you keeping track on where I am and where I'm posting and where I'm providing things? Eventually, yes, I would be able to post multiple times a day, every single day, on each and every freaking platform. But that's not very realistic for me. You have to have some type of balance. Here's a little nugget for ya. When it comes to social media, and when actually it comes to life, you say yes to things, but when you say yes, you're actually saying no to something else. So when I say yes to Instagram, am I saying no to Facebook? If I'm saying yes to Snapchat, am I saying no to YouTube? Am I saying yes to something and saying no to something? Like, break it down. Or, okay, let me give you an example of like when you're kind of like living your life. If I'm saying yes to have drinks with these people, I'm saying no to have dinner with these people, because I can't be in two places at once. Think about it that way. If I say yes to this promotion, I'm saying no to this other opportunity that I have with a different company on the side. Like, you can only do so much as an individual. So, when it comes to consistency, I devoted a lot of time to Instagram, but I think some people noticed that, oh, she's not posting every single day on Instagram. Oh shit, her shit's not blowing up like it used to. Because I already know, hence why I call myself a fucking social media consultant. I know that I'm saying no to Instagram right now, and I know that when I do post, I'm not going to get as many comments and likes because I haven't upkept everything. Like, I think I got it up to, in the past, when I was like on my nitty gritty shit, I was up in the thousands when it came to likes. But then I was looking over my Instagram and noticed that it didn't really have an aesthetic that appealed to me. It was literally all over the it was like a clusterfuck. It was all over the freaking place. Like, for me as a brand, and this is another little nugget, people have a short attention span, and I'm surprised that you've listened this far into the freaking podcast, but it's probably because you want to know how to grow your social media, and you probably want to know when the right time is, even though I told you it doesn't fucking exist. So when it comes down to your social media, I'm using Instagram as an example. People will scroll down up to 12 of your posts before they decide on if they like your content or not, and then from there they decide if they want to follow you or not. You have to keep in mind, you have to appeal to people, and some people actually take it as far as what is aesthetically pleasing to me from their content that coincides with whom I'm already following, so everything when they scroll through flows with all the things that they enjoy. Isn't that the fucking point of social media? of interacting with like-minded people and having things that are attracting your eye and your attention and possibly your wallets. Like, think about it. Short attention spans. So for some, they have it to where they kind of do a checkered board. Some people will do it with videos. So there'll be a video, a photo, and then a video. Or some people, like, there's a bikini platform, I'll just choose one bikini line where they'll have like the beach or a palm tree or a sunset in one post, and then a chick showing her goodies in a fucking swimsuit, and then it'll be another like landscape freaking, whoa, someone text me. Anyways, then it'll be like another sunset landscapey type of photo, and then another post of a different girl in a different bathing suit. You could get a checkered board feel. Some people do that with quotes. Some people, like, their aesthetic is just solely quotes. Some people have just their asses in various types of poses and attire. Some people do, well, I dabble into it too, where like one photo is a part of a larger photo, be it vertical, horizontal, 4 squares, 6 squares, like whatever. Some people don't want that congestion in their feed, so they may not follow you if you do that on a consistent basis. But a lot of photographers actually do that, where one portion of a photo will be aesthetically pleasing to you, but it's a part of one whole photo. So if you go to their feed, you see the whole photo, but if you're just scrolling through your own personal feed of other people's content that you like and that you're following, you'll see just a fraction of it, but it's still visually appealing. Like, what's the aesthetics? There's another girl, her aesthetic is a desaturated background, but because she does self-tanning and whatever, and she works out, so her skin is popping, so your eyes automatically go to her, and she turns up the vibrance on whatever attire she's wearing. So she loves the color red, so anytime she wears the color red, it pops right off of her tan. And if she wears white, because she's so tan, your eyes automatically go to her. But that's how she wants her feed. So any color she has, she's dabbled in like forest green and blue, but you could rely on that red, that your eyes will automatically go to it and be like, that part. But you knew what to expect from her content because she was consistent with it. Like, it has to be aesthetically pleasing, and people, again, have a very short attention span. They'll scroll through a couple of rows and be like, that part, and then they hit follow. Like, what is it that you're providing? Is it fitness? Is it motivation? Is it just a lifestyle? Is it food? Like, what does that look like? And they're also going to see how consistently you post. I could rely on this person to post one time a day, so I have one great photo to look forward to from this person, and I'm cool with that. This person posts 3 to 4 times a day. Do I really want this person in my feed that many times? Unless they're following a whole slew of other people, so they won't really notice it as much, but it goes based upon the algorithm of Instagram. And I'm only basically hitting the surface of the algorithm. I haven't gone into hashtags and going live and stories and all the other stuff. That's just something you get to look forward to, because for people that actually tuned into this podcast, you're getting these little nuggets, and I hope that you're taking notes and applying it to your Instagram feed, because I want you to be successful, and I want you to think from the person on the outside looking in, a potential client or a potential follower, this is what they're looking at and this is what they're thinking. Ayo, she got a fat ass. I want to follow that. But you have to also keep in mind, if you're constantly posting ass photos and then you post a picture of a salad, that's literally a black sheep. Like, why would you have to be consistent on your content and be devoted to that, and that's what you're producing, and making sure that it's great quality with what you're able to produce. That doesn't mean you need Photoshop. That doesn't mean you have to have the dopest editing skills. That doesn't mean you have to have the latest and greatest freaking DSLR camera. I highly doubt all of you are shooting your vlogs and shit in 4K. Like, I highly, highly doubt it. I highly doubt everyone is traveling with like a freaking GoPro. Like, I highly doubt it. You're working with what you have. You better humble up, because your wallet is humbled enough to basically say, you can't afford that luxury currently. But the thing is if you want it bad enough, you'll put that content out there. The right time doesn't exist. If it were to exist, is right now in this very second. That means you get off this podcast and you go and do it. You need to do it. You create the right time. So if you say that you have to have X, Y, and Z, and more power to you. But I will say that when you do start, you're going to be frustrated, because if you started how many ever years ago, how many ever months ago, how many ever days ago, you would have more traction compared to when you decided to start. So if I started YouTube 7 or 8 years ago, when it was still in the realm of newness, where I found out about Michelle Phan and she was still brand spanking new, I could have actually been one of the peeps with 1 million plus subscribers. I'm not tooting my own horn. It's just, if I was consistent with what I'm doing right now and working with what I had, because a lot of those beauty gurus and such, a lot of those people were working off of their cell phones and off of the little camera off of their laptops. So it's blurry. Some people were looking crazy and a little scary. They worked with what they had. And now they all have millions of subscribers. Am I beating myself up about that? No, because I was not meant to be a beauty guru. And I accept that. Do I love beauty stuff? Yes. Do I think I'm pretty cute? Perhaps. But the thing is I'm sticking to my lane on what I like and what I enjoy, and I do not see myself sitting here just putting on makeup and just talking about only makeup. I feel myself basically having like these types of conversations that I'm having now through my podcast and doing my makeup. If that's something that you want to see, comment down below. I am more than happy to do it for you, but I am a deep thinker and I like to talk about those types of thoughts. That's just the content that I have gravitated towards as the months have gone by. That is what I consume content-wise, and I want to attract like-minded people. And eventually, once like my storage situation is a bit better and all this other shenanigans, I want to be able to edit video to the quality that I like, because I put that bar freaking up there. So right now it's very unrealistic, but I'm still pumping out content. If you really want to see my face as I'm doing these podcasts, I can do that for you. I just need the feedback so that I know, so that I can give it to you. I'm asking for feedback. Please give me feedback. If you basically want me to kick rocks and die, I'm just like, well, I can't do it now, but maybe when I'm at the point where I'm supposed to die, maybe. But I'm just like, I'm here, I'm producing, there will never be a right time. You just do it. I remember talking to a counselor at ASU, and I told him how I really wanted to get into YouTube, and he was just like, well, what's stopping you? Oh, all these other things. And I mentioned like the equipment and the editing, and I just don't know how to edit and this, that, or the other. He's like, my friend started off on his cell phone, and now he has X amount of subscribers. I think he was in the millions as well. And he said, you have a phone, because my phone was actually sitting on his desk. You have a phone, it has a camera, and luckily the camera quality nowadays is actually a lot better than what it used to be. And you probably have a YouTube channel, record a video and upload it, and just continuously do that. The subscribers will come, the likes will come, the comments will come, feedback will come. It'll all come. Ultimately, it will all come naturally. You don't get to decide. The market gets to decide. Let that sink in too. The market decides. And because the market decides if you're doing a YouTube, they decide if they want to subscribe to you or not. And the market decides on when your stuff gets to be monetized, because a lot of people don't know that you actually have to get 10,000 views for you to be reviewed to have your content be monetized. Not a lot of people knew that. But the thing is if your shit goes viral and it's just like popping off, you're gonna be able to monetize your content a lot sooner compared to those that aren't producing content that isn't as trendy and as hip and cool and as viral as like people who sleep in pumpkins and fucking make pumpkin spice lattes inside of those pumpkins. Like, wow, I can say pumpkins, but that's not the content that I wish to create. Like, eventually, yeah, I would love to have a TED Talk, and I'd probably, like, sweat my armpits, like, half to death, like, if I was granted that opportunity, but I feel like that's gonna happen, like, later down the road. Me making a pumpkin spice latte inside of a ginormous pumpkin, as fun as it is, I feel like that wouldn't necessarily, like, work my muscle of just, like, talking and being able to articulate my thoughts and motivating people. And yes, I actually do cuss a lot, and I don't know if TED Talks will actually allow that, but I'm just being me. Like, this is my podcast. If in the review for YouTube they're like, yeah, you cuss too much, we don't want to monetize the content, that's fine. I'm not defined by that. Like, I am producing content that I like. And if I were to choose the mother and father of mentors, or maybe I should say auntie and uncle, because I highly doubt that they want to be treated as like old, like, yeah, you're like my parents. Like, the uncle would probably be Gary Vaynerchuk, and the auntie would be Lisa Nichols. Two very different spectrums, and Lisa Nichols taught me about basically life and how to be even more resilient than what I was already. And then Gary V provides the whole business mentorship when it comes to everything, and he cusses a lot, and he speaks with vigor and all that. Like, oh, man, and have there been opportunities where I really wanted to comment and just to like have a conversation with him, like on the phone or something? Sure, but I would not even know what to ask because I'm in silent mode and I just want to go through my own motions. But if ever I had the pleasure of meeting the man, I just want to shake his hand and say thank you, because with him, I was basically able to exercise the muscle of fuck it, cultivating the idea that I need to have a big ass spoon and eat shit and go through the muck and going through the trenches, popping my head up in the fucking peaks here and there, but the peaks don't last that long and I have to go back into the trenches. But it's nice to know that if he could do it, I could do it. And there was never a right time for him. He just did it. And things just came up when they were supposed to. But the thing is he had to take action on his end to be able to have the opportunities that he earned, not that were granted to him, though there were probably opportunities that were granted to him, but he earned a lot of that because of him just buckling down and just doing it. There is no right time. It doesn't exist. Do it now. Do it now. And I could tell you for damn sure, a few months ago, I did not have this mindset. But you want to know what? What podcast number is this? 9? I was able to consistently bust out 9 podcasts in a row. And I'm still holding true to that 365. It may not have been my vlogs that got me to 365, but I'm still producing content because I owe it to myself to say I was consistent on something that I was actually passionate about, and here it is. And I'm only on podcast number 8. I'm sticking to that those vlogs don't contribute to that 365. I hit that reset button because I'm in control of my life. The right time for me is now. It's when I create it to be. But if you wanted basically a guideline in life on when the right time is, it doesn't exist. You decide. No one is going to be like, okay, Sophia, this is the right time, right now. Okay, get off your hiney and go spend X amount of dollars so that you could go accomplish your dreams. Go ahead and do it. No one is going to do that. No one. Some people will say, oh, I'm looking for permission, and is it a green light? That's why at the end of every fucking podcast I say, give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to say, this is the right time. I'm just going to do it. Because when you do it, you learn what you like, you learn what you don't like, you learn what works and what doesn't work, and you reconfigure and you keep producing content. I learned a lot of things by doing just that. If you were to ask me if I would have ever have had a podcast, I would tell you no, but I'm doing it. Am I extremely knowledgeable about it? No, but I know more about it today than I did yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that. Did I need the most ideal setup to be able to produce a podcast? No. Do I have the ability to upload it to like SoundCloud and iTunes and Spotify and all that other stuff? Not yet, but I will. But that's not going to stop me. YouTube is free, so I'm going to post it there. And then eventually I'll be able to post it to other platforms. Just because I'm unable to post it on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud, that shouldn't stop me. That shouldn't stop the supposed right time to do something. I work with what I have, I accept it, and I bust it out as best as I can. So, I hope that you were able to get some good nuggets when it came to your social media. I hope that if you have any other further questions when it came to anything that I mentioned earlier, that you would drop it into the comment section and just ask. No, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to charge you. I provided it, and if you have questions, I can fine-tune the information so that you can get a better understanding of what I'm trying to articulate to you, so that you can apply it and that you can actually make something of yourself within the social media realm. I got you. I'm not just saying this shit just so that you can like me. Like, I'm not here for that. I'm here to provide you knowledge, to give you knowledge is what I'm here to do, so that you can apply it and apply your power. Like, seriously, when I say I got you, I got you. If you don't ask, you don't receive. I need to get the feedback so I know what to provide for you. You decide. You steep on that for a little bit. If you want me to focus in on Twitter, if you want me to focus in on YouTube or Snapchat or any of, I know the whole spiel of it, but I have my own personal preferences too. YouTube and Instagram are my babies, so I invest more so in my Instagram compared to my YouTube. Do I know the ins and outs of Twitter? I do. Do I apply it? No, because Twitter doesn't necessarily pique my interest, but I know about it. That's why I'm a social media consultant, because I geek out about those particular things. I may not have the numbers to support my supposed credibility, but I mean, do you see half of these millennial life coaches with fucking certifications of them being a certified millennial life coach to be able to charge you for whatever they're providing as a service? No. Whatever. Ultimately, you get what you put in. So, however you basically put yourself out there to develop that content and post it, and consistently that works best with your lifestyle. If it's just one post a day, I'm going to post once a day, just work out that muscle. It does not mean once a week. Oh, that works for my life. No, you have to post at least one time a day. One time a day. And show a little glimmer of what's going on in your world to make you more relatable. It humanizes you. It makes you relatable. it makes it seem like they could just like reach for their phone and just touch you, as creepy as that possibly like may sound. But you are relatable. Post 1 time a day. Just do it. If you don't post on social media or on the internet, you do not exist. So that means you need to hop to it and get to posting and be consistent with it and actually have good quality content behind that works with your lifestyle so that you develop a trend. People are watching you. They may, as what my boyfriend calls look-a-hooing, they may be looking and may not be following or liking or whatever the fuck, but they're watching, and low-key they might be inspired by you and they just haven't told you yet. Just sit on that. Like, I feel like you would be doing a disservice to your people if you didn't share everything that you've learned, because everything that you've learned wasn't just for you alone to know, it's for you to share. The ripple starts with you too, you know. It's not just me for when people say that I'm motivational or inspiring. It isn't for a Lewis Howes or a Lisa Nichols or a Gary. It's not just for them. It's for everyone. We're all ripple starters. It's just we don't know how to freaking start it, or you want to ride the waves of other people's ripples. Eventually you're going to have to start your own. Last thing that you want to do is be in your deathbed and just have like the whole idea of regret. I mean, the right time does not exist. And I really want you guys to take away from this segment that it's a fulfilling feeling. I was able to say that. I'm actually rather proud of myself. Kudos to me, yay. But it's a fulfilling feeling when you get to do the very things that you love and you're impacting people's lives. Like, it's a fulfilling feeling. And it's different for everyone on what that looks like. It's through different mediums. It may be through YouTube, it may be through Instagram or Facebook or whatever. But you're inspiring people out there, and that's something to be extremely proud of. And it's nice to see other people's stories, and it's nice to see like a little glimmer, a little sliver of who people are, and just knowing that you're not alone, and that yes, some people do post their highlight reels, but maybe that highlight reel was meant for someone being like, hey, I was able to survive and make it, and this is an amazing day that I'm showing you, that I'm having, and I want you to know that you're capable of having it too. It's not just about you. You're not the center of the universe. Think about the bigger picture. The ripple may start with you, but it doesn't end with you. Whose lives are you touching, eh? Ask yourself these vital questions. But when you're asking yourself those questions, also remember that if any of this resonated with you, hit that like. If this is what someone may need to hear, share it with them. Especially if they're trying to grow their social media platforms. If you got to the very end and got all those nuggets and be like, hey, this is what so-and-so said, check her out, listen to it, jot down your own notes and look at your Instagram, and then formulate your own plan for your Instagram platform or social media platform. If you want me to zero in on whatever freaking platform you want me to zero in on, again, I got you. If you have any questions, comment on my YouTube or my Instagram. It's at Erica Lee Murray. Again, I got you. I don't say it just to say it. Like, I legitimately got you. Ask and you shall receive. When it's something pretty monumental, and I can tell it's monumental to you, it doesn't have to be monumental to me, but the fact that you are interacting with me and you want me to give you insight on what my answers are, I'm providing a service to you. I'm providing my little ounce of wisdom to you. And the reason why I want you to ask and for me to share is you're probably not the only one that's asking that question. If you want me to shout you out, I'll shout you out. I could probably do it at the end of each segment of this and put people's Instagram names, Facebook names, Snapchat and such. Like, I'll shout you out. I got you. If you're trying to grow your soul, hey yo, this person interacted with me or dropped like this freaking dope comment, and yo, let me give you some recognition. Yo, you need to shine. It's not just my shine, it's everyone else's shine too, eh? I'm not over here to be like, hey, solo dolo. Like, we are a community and we need to support one another. Okay? Please remember to give yourself permission.